Hello, and welcome to Tea is Good, Books Are Better, the podcast where we drink tea and talk about books. I'm Raven.
JS.
Today, I actually have tea.
Wow, it's because it's cold enough.
It's because I'm sick.
What? Did Johnny spread it?
No, I just haven't gotten better since this coming back from Mexico.
Oh my god, what the hell did you catch?
Yeah, like my nose isn't runny anymore, but I still have like a phlegmy cough, and it just has not gone away.
Gee.
Yeah. And like, when did I get back?
A while ago.
Like a month ago. So yeah, it's kind of fucked. So I have the David's Tea Cold 911. It has peppermint and eucalyptus and apple, I think.
Wow, I like apple.
What are you drinking?
I have lemon ginger tea.
Nice.
And I also have a cup of coffee.
What the?
Because I realized I forgot to have my coffee when I got home from work. And I do not want to risk the migraines I will get tomorrow.
You have coffee when you get home from work?
Yeah. I don't have time to do it in the morning, but when I get home from work, I usually have, I'm usually tired with headaches. And so I'll have a cup of coffee and it'll, like prevent the headaches. And then if I skip having a coffee, the next day I will be plagued with migraines all day. And I already feel like poop.
Oh.
I don't think I want to deal with migraines.
Wow.
Yeah, I think I'm addicted to caffeine. Because it hurts when I don't drink it.
That sounds like an addiction to me.
Yup.
So, you're sick. I'm still a bit sick. So, if we're
You're
like
sick, I'm
coughing
sick,
and
we're all
gross,
sick.
just
It's
warning the
flu.
people,
Everyone's sick.
we might sound disgusting today.
Sorry.
All right, so today we're covering the chapter we were supposed to do last time.
The one we skipped.
I blame you.
Yeah. I'll take it. I heard you blame me too on the episode.
How dare you? Do you
I was
listen
like,
to
okay. Yeah.
That's funny. Yeah, so if you don't understand what we're talking about, just listen to the beginning of the last episode. But yeah,
We skipped a chapter.
we accidentally skipped a chapter, but it's fine. We're doing it now.
Yeah, you didn't miss nothing.
True. All right. I guess
That's
we just
that.
get into it.
I think so.
All right. Chapter 41 is Alayne. Take it
Alayne.
away. Wait. Where did we leave off, Alayne?
Right.
I knew I was forgetting something.
Peter talks the Lords of the Vale out of a siege and lessons Alayne on how he manipulated the lords into conceding. Turns out I don't remember this siege that they wanted to do. Okay.
I vaguely remember it. I don't think we really saw much. It was just like talking about it, you know.
Politics.
Yeah.
Right. Politics was the last chapter.
Woohoo! All right.
Right.
Chapter 41 is Alayne.
So Robert is refusing to get out of bed, so it's up to Alayne to go get him up. Alayne is basically in charge as Peter Baelish is attending a wedding for Lord Lionel Corbray, a 40-something-year-old man that Peter set up with a 16-year-old girl.
Ugh,
What a match!
that's disgusting.
They are supposed to leave the Eyrie to go somewhere. I'm not quite sure where they have to go. But Alayne is concerned about the snowfall, so she wants Robert up so they can leave ASAP.
I think that's why they have to leave, is because they won't be able to get any provisions up there to last them through the winter.
Ah, okay. Because the whole thing is about fleeing the winter.
Yeah.
Okay. Robert wants to stay in bed and cuddle and listen to stories, and she suspects that he may be feeling anxious of leaving the castle. His one safe space after his mother's death.
And he's been there his whole life, right?
Yeah, he hasn't really... I don't think he's seen winter before. I think he's that young. He's a little baby.
Yeah. Like, the Stark kids haven't even seen winter before, I don't think. At least not the younger ones.
I think the older ones might have, but it was a short winter.
Right.
She butters him up and promises to read him 5 stories of his favorite Vale hero, and promises that he can eat 100 lemon cakes when they get to their destination, and Robert finally agrees to get up for a bath. Robert wraps his arms around Alayne and gives her a smooch.
Ew.
It's a clumsy kiss, but it still gives her flashbacks of a crueler kiss in the dark, lit by green fire.
Ooh.
Oh. She pushes Robert away and promises him more kisses when they leave.
I really wish that she would just tell him off. Like, she's so patient with him that it's infuriating.
I wonder if she just has to deal with him.
I mean, of course.
She is in a sexist time.
Yeah.
She leaves the room to the hall, where the maester and Robert's servants are waiting, and she orders them to fetch hot water for the bath and to get him ready for the journey. The maester wants to feed Robert milk of the poppy and then tie him down to the mule for the descent, but Alayne disagrees, not wanting the people of the Vale to see how weak and cowardly he really is.
Oh. Why so protective?
Yeah. Alayne tells the maester that he needs to give Robert sweet milk, but the maester doesn't want to because he had a cup 3 days ago, and apparently too much is not good for him.
Yeah, they really made it sound like it's making his condition worse.
Yeah, like apparently it triggers his spasms.
Yeah, maybe? And I think he's been like getting nosebleeds or something from it.
Well,
so yeah.
What is going on? It's a kid.
I guess it's like a serious drug.
Mm-hmm.
So you can't just like keep taking it or it will harm your body, I guess. I wonder what it would be, like what would be its Earth equivalent.
Sweet milk? Benadryl.
I mean, I think you can take Benadryl every 3 days and be fine.
Well, it's just because he's so darn weak, I guess.
Let me Google real quick, actually, maybe.
What the fuck is this sweet milk? If it's just milk and honey, Lord help me.
Milk with a pinch of sweet sleep in it.
Oh! Sounds like Benadryl.
Sweet sleep smells sweet and has a very sweet taste. Therefore, as an assassin's poison, it is best used in sweet foods.
It's like it has to put too much.
So it's literally poison. Okay.
Well, same with the Tylenol.
According to Maester Coleman, sweet sleep does not leave the flesh, possibly meaning that even small doses may build up over time.
It's you in the liver. Or it cans.
Yeah, so it's literally poison. Okay, and I'm seeing here that a few grains will slow a pounding heart, stop a hand from shaking, and make a man feel calm and strong. A pinch will grant a night of deep and dreamless sleep, and 3 pinches will produce a sleep that does not end.
Damn. So, I think I remember reading that from an Arya chapter.
I think the waif tells her that.
Ah.
Maybe.
Okay.
Yeah.
So I do remember that, reading that.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm. All right. Interesting.
So the maester is also worried that Robert will eat too much at the feast, which Alayne assures him that it's just a small feast, no more than 40 people.
What'll
That's a
happen
lot
if
of
he
people.
eats too much?
Right? Was he gonna vomit?
Does that also affect his condition?
Apparently. Then the maester worries about music stressing Robert out. But Alayne reminds him that Robert likes music. He just cannot stand singers because they remind him of Marillion, who killed his mother.
That's actually fair.
Yeah, he has trauma.
Yeah.
Alayne tells the maester that there will be no singers at the feast, just flutes and fiddles. Sounds like a bop. There is some mention that everyone has left the Eyrie, and it's basically empty except for the last few people still packing, and that they won't be returning until spring. Yeah, so this is something is this something that the people of the Vale usually do in winter? Leave? I guess so.
It sounds like it was in the plans, but maybe like winter usually isn't this bad and they can kind of survive off of their provisions. But it sounds like they just won't have enough or be able to store it for how long they expect the winter to be.
Yeah, I think they're expecting this winter to be bad.
Yeah, and I think that's because the summer has been so long.
Yeah. Okay.
And I guess if people are wondering why they can't bring up new provisions, it's because the Eyrie is like the top of a fucking mountain.
Yeah,
So
no one wants to hike in the ice.
It would not be possible to make that trek without dying.
Without die.
Yeah.
Alayne bundles up in several layers until she is almost round and heads down to the winch room where everyone is waiting except for Robert. Maya is there and she's frustrated because the snow is going to get heavy soon and they need to get to the ground before dark. Like, they need to get off the mountain before dark.
Yeah.
Robert finally arrives with his squires and the maester. So they head to the basket, which is their little elevator. And Robert tries to run when he feels the cold air, but it is held back. And with some coaxing, they get him to agree to get in the basket if it's only with Alayne. In the basket, they are slowly lowered, and as they descend, a strong gust of wind makes them bump hard against the rock face. Robert clutches Alayne and buries his face into her chest. Alayne praises him for being so brave while she is so scared and acts like him hugging her is so tightly is to comfort her. And he agrees that that's exactly what he's doing.
God, he is insufferable.
They reach the Way Castle, which I think is at the bottom, and are greeted by 20 mules and Lady Miranda Royce, who is there to help escort them. Peter had warned Alayne that Miranda likes to pretend that she's a ditz, but she's actually really smart and shrewd, so Alayne has to keep her wits about her.
Okay.
Miranda greets Robert and Alayne, and soon everyone is down, and they mount the mules and slowly start their descent. Robert whines about being too cold and going back to the castle until it's warmer, but everyone just ignores him. Miranda rides next to Alayne and gossips. She asks Alayne her age and has her calling Randa. Alayne tells her she's 14, which is older than Sansa. I'm guessing Sansa is 13.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm from Brienne's chapters.
That sounds right. A girl of 3 and 10.
Exactly. Randa tells Alayne that they received a letter from Peter explaining that the wedding went well and is looking forward to seeing his daughter again. She gives Alayne updates on the realm, such as Riverrun yielding and Stannis still holding Dragonstone and Storm's End. Randa tells her of the new High Septim and the boy Lord Commander of the Night's Watch, some bastard of Eddard Stark. She doesn't know.
Oh.
Alayne, before she can stop herself, just blurts out, "Jon Snow?" And Randa confirms.
Oopsie.
Alayne realizes that she had completely forgotten about Jon and realizes that she still has a sibling.
Oh, wow.
And is
That
like
is so
delighted
rude.
until she remembers that Alayne doesn't have any siblings.
Aw.
Yeah, so she has to stomp that down.
Mm-hmm. Act like she's
Rhonda,
not excited.
yeah. My God, can you imagine thinking you're all alone and suddenly, oh my God, my half brother.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
So I guess
like he's
she
doing good.
thinks Arya's dead also?
Yeah, because apparently everyone's been looking for her and no one's been able to find her.
Right.
Randa continues with updates and gossip about random ladies, lords, and squires. Randa tells her that she was married once, but is now a widow. She explains that he died on top of her during, and complains that it was rude of him not to leave her with his son. Nice.
Yep. He must have been,
Randa.
like, ancient then?
Yeah, he must have been one of the older dudes marrying a young teen.
Does it say how old Miranda is? Or what is it, Randa?
Yeah, either or. Randa is her nickname.
Oh, okay. Does it say how old? No?
I don't remember. I think she was a couple years older than Alayne.
Okay.
So still decently teenage.
So I'd feel like to be as clever as she is, or as Peter makes her out to be, she would need to be older, but...
Yeah. I mean, maybe she is in her very early 20s. But she comes off young.
Okay.
Randa confesses that she had slept with Marillion, and she liked it, but feels horrified that he turned out to be a monster. Every time Randa mentions sex, Alayne blushes, and Randa finds it cute. Randa asks if Alayne's father is planning on getting married again, and asks how little exactly is his little finger, which makes Alayne blush again.
What the fuck?
What kind of a question is that to ask someone's daughter? Like, how big is your dad's dick? What? What?
Well, if we're to believe Peter, she might have a suspicion that this is Sansa Stark and not...
Ooh.
And not...
Yeah.
Peter's daughter.
We're trying to figure out who this ward actually is.
Yeah.
Like, I don't believe he has a bastard daughter. What?
Yeah.
Who is this girl?
Exactly.
Ew. That means that, though, like, she suspects that maybe they're boinking. Ew.
I mean, I don't see why else she would think it's appropriate to ask that question.
Oh my God. No thanks.
Yeah.
Alright, they continue their journey down the mountain. They reach a narrow stone bridge that they have to cross, and Maya assures them that it's actually wider than it looks. Alayne sees Robert starting to shake as she gets kind of worried he might have a meltdown. Or one of his fits. Maya gets off her mule and leads it across with the plan that she'll lead everyone one by one across the little bridge. Alayne approaches Robert and grabs his hand, telling him that she is so afraid and that he is so brave. Will he help her across? Robert looks terrified, but Alayne calls him his winged knight, Sir Sweet Robin, which seems to give him some courage. Alayne knows that Robert's courage is short-lived and that they cannot wait for Maya, so they both dismount, hold hands, and cross the bridge together. They reach the other side, and Maya is very proud of Robert, and then she continues to help the others across. At the other side of the bridge is one of the, I think it's the second way castle called Snow. So I think the third one was the one underneath the Eyrie, where they first landed.
I will believe you.
So they reached the second one called Snow, where they exchange mules, have supper, and continue their journey to the gates.
Quick question. Are they leaving the castle completely unattended?
I think they may be.
Interesting. I mean, I guess if no one can make it up there anyway, it's not really a concern, but also still seems like a kind of a risk to do that.
Yeah, it's just they abandon it.
Yeah.
Well, I wonder if someone has to stay to work the freaking basket. Bring people back up.
Oh, shit.
Maybe one person or 2 people stay. They don't have enough provisions for those 2.
Okay.
I wonder.
That would make sense.
It starts snowing when they pass the last of the 3-way castles, called Stone. And it's the wee hours of the morning when they reach and pass the gates of the moon. The rest of the journey is peaceful. When they reach Randa's father's castle, everyone is very tired. Randa asks Alayne to be her bedmate that night, and Alayne agrees. As they dismount their mules, one of Peter's guardsmen approaches Alayne and tells her that her father has been waiting for her in the West Tower.
What the?
Alayne is startled that he's already back and heads to him right away. She arrives to find Peter with 3 men that she doesn't know drinking mulled wine. Her father calls her over for a kiss, and she gives him one on the cheek. Peter explains that the 3 men are knights and introduces them. They greet her and compliment her beauty before leaving the 2 of them alone. Alayne realizes that the men were hedge knights, and Peter explains that they need as many swords as they can get. Ooh, about to go to battle? Alayne tells him that she's glad that he's come back so soon, and Peter tells her that he could not tell from the sad kiss she gave him. And they kiss longer on the lips.
What the fuck?
What is this? Alayne is blushing when he pulls away.
I don't like it.
Excuse me? The fuck?
No me gusta.
No. Peter updates her on the chaos happening in King's Landing. Apparently Cersei has been making some crazy decisions. He says he always knew she would crash and burn, but he did not anticipate that she would do it so fast. He says, "What little peace and order the 5 kings left us will not long survive the 3 queens."
3?
3.
Who are the 3?
Cersei, Marjorie,
And Dany?
and Dany. Yeah, and Dany. She's now a player, apparently.
I guess that they've now been hearing enough about her that...
About her and dragons, supposed dragons.
Yeah.
And I think they're starting to take these rumors a little bit more seriously.
It seems like there's enough of them now that they have to start taking notice.
Considering that she has something.
Something's going on.
Yeah. Alayne is confused, but Peter doesn't elaborate. Instead, he tells her that he brought her a gift. A marriage contract.
Ew!
Beautiful. Alayne gulps. She whispers that she is already married, though. Peter reminds her that it's Sansa who is married, not Alayne. Plus, this is just a betrothal. The marriage can wait until after Cersei finds and executes Tyrion. She has been promised to Harold Harding, Lady Waynward's ward.
Who the fuck is that?
Right. Alayne remembers Miranda telling her about him. Harry the heir, she called him. Alayne asks how can he be an heir when he's just Lady Waynward's ward. Instead of giving her a direct answer, Peter has to make her figure it out by explaining the family tree, starting with Lord Jasper Arryn, Jon Arryn's father, and Robert's grandpa.
Jon Arryn?
Yeah. So Lord Jasper Arryn.
Why
Jon
are you saying Arryn?
Arryn, Aaron. Jon Arryn's father.
There you go.
Jasper Arryn. Yeah.
So confusing. I was like, what's an heir? Who's Aaron? Or who's Arryn?
Yeah. 5 paragraphs later, we learn that Harold is Robert's cousin and heir. Alayne is shocked.
Okay.
Yeah. When she realizes and asks, so if Robert dies, would he be the next Lord of the Eyrie? And Peter says, when Robert dies, Harry the heir would become Lord Harold, Defender of the Vale and Lord of the Eyrie. He tells her that Jon Arryn's bannermen would never love an outsider like him, or weak Robert, but they would love and be loyal to their young falcon Harold. Peter tells her that on her wedding day, Alayne will reveal her auburn hair and be wearing her maiden cloak with the direwolf sigil, and every knight in the Vale would pledge their swords to winning back her birthright. those are his gifts. Harry, the Eerie, and Winterfell. And he asks for another makeout sesh.
Ew, God. Okay, big moves.
Yeah, he's literally playing chess here. While Cersei, I don't know what she's playing. Checkers?
She's playing fucking Tetris, but she does not know how the pieces go together, dude.
Nope, they're building up fast. She's about to be swallowed.
Yep.
Yeah, that's that chapter. Ends on another makeout.
Sheesh.
Ugh.
Well, that part's gross. I don't like that.
I don't like that. That is nasty.
But also, I'm like, was this ever a part of the show?
No. Instead, Peter's big move was marrying her to Ramsay.
Yeah.
But it seemed like a dumbass move.
Yeah. Like, this makes a lot more sense than the show. So I guess...
Yeah.
Does she never end up with Ramsay in the book then?
I wonder if she doesn't. I don't think she does, actually.
What the fuck?
I think it's Arya's doppelganger who does. Or the girl who is being posed as Arya Stark.
What the fuck?
Yeah, we're gonna get lots of differences.
Whoa. Okay, that's a huge one that I was not expecting at all.
Yeah. So I wonder, like, are you gonna murder Robert soon?
Or just, like,
What is
give him
gonna
a
happen?
little too much sweet milk, you know what I mean?
Oh, yeah, sweet milk.
But holy shit. That's such a huge part of the show. I am shocked that
Yeah.
the book is not like it.
Uh-huh. Lots of differences.
Well, shit. Do we know where they're going?
I could not find it for the life of me where they're going. So far, Lady Miranda's father's castle was their destination. I don't know if they're gonna continue or what.
That seems to be, like, right at the base of,
It seems to be a little bit further than the Moon Gates.
Right, so it's, like, right there.
Lead to the Eyrie. It's like neighbors to the Eyrie.
It would kind of make sense for them to stay there.
Yeah.
Stay nice and close.
Yeah. At least they'd be a witness if anyone decided to lay siege. Well, they're
Exactly.
gone.
Or they could just stop them. Okay.
True.
I did also want to point out that it is mentioned, I don't remember who mentioned it, but it's mentioned at one point that River Run has yielded.
Yeah.
So I guess Jamie's plan worked.
Yeah, apparently Jamie succeeded.
Of getting, what the fuck's the guy's name?
I think it starts with an E.
Yeah, it does. Ed something?
Yeah, right. I want to say Edward, but that is not it.
The
Hey, let me
Tully
see.
guy.
Lord Tully.
Lord
The only one
Tully.
left.
Yeah. Getting him
Oh.
back into River Run to yield it.
Edmure.
Edmure! Yeah, so I wonder what happened to the Blackfish.
Yeah. Is he dead?
Right? Like, how could he possibly let Edmure do that?
Yeah. Yeah, there's no way.
I feel like he's probably in the dungeons right now or something.
Edmure?
No, the Blackfish.
Oh, the Blackfish.
Yep.
Perhaps.
I also wonder if, when Miranda was like, oh, some, like, child is leading the, Night's Watch now.
Yeah.
Some bastard of Eddard Stark. If Alayne going, Jon Snow would, like, give it away immediately who she is. Because who the fuck else would know who Jon Snow is?
Like, you have to be, like definitely a lord or a lady to know Jon Snow. But then again, so you can always pass it off about Peter knowing everything. Maybe.
I don't think that many knew about Jon Snow, like, even lords or ladies, because he was, like, not invited to the family gatherings, you know what I mean?
Yeah. But it seems like whenever he's introduced as Lord Eddard's bastard, and they're like, okay, that guy.
Right, but people, like, would not pay attention.
Maybe.
Unless they were really clever, like Peter, I guess. Like, I just feel like people wouldn't care
Yeah.
about the bastard.
Maybe not the bastard, but of the shame of having a bastard, maybe. Because they seem to gossip a lot about bastards here.
Right.
Or at least the ladies tend to.
But the identity of the bastard would not.
This Harold that she's engaged to, apparently he has a couple of bastards.
Oh, really?
Yeah. It was brought up a little bit by Randa in her gossips.
Interesting.
And I think maybe Peter confirmed it with her, too. As proof that he is fertile.
Okay.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah, so I wonder if that would immediately make Miranda be like, what?
Maybe. Yeah.
Lots of promises coming from Peter.
Yeah, he's making his moves.
Promised her the Eyrie and Winterfell.
Yup.
It's kind of crazy. Like,
No, like, what are you getting out of this?
exactly.
Peter?
That's my next question. I guess he just would kind of continue to be the puppet master from the background, controlling Sansa.
Yeah.
So if he gives it to her, like, it's his. You know what I mean? All right.
Cersei is next.
Fun.
You're gonna read about her downfall then.
Yes. Can't wait. That's all for now. Thank you guys for listening. If you want more of the podcast, please follow us on Instagram. You can follow the podcast at TIGBAB Podcast or follow us individually. My handle is Crimby and Jess's is just.egan24. You can also find us on Facebook. Just search TIGBAB Podcast or Tea is Good, Books Are Better, and we will show up there. Also, please subscribe to our good friend Bahrami on YouTube. He's the one who made our jingle, which you heard at the start of the episode, and he makes some really cool music. That's Bahram. You can also find him on Spotify as Bahrambient. That's Bahrambient. And please check us out on Patreon, patreon.com/teaisgoodbooksarebetter. We have a few different tea-themed tiers with fun rewards, including outtakes, BTS stuff, and mini-episodes in which we force our brother to watch Game of Thrones, which he absolutely hates. So it makes for some fun discussions/arguments. Finally, if you would be willing to share the podcast with your family and your friends, it would be a huge help to us to grow the podcast. Thank you so much. And next time, join us for Cersei.
Yes.
The comeuppance. We mentioned this in the last episode. The comeuppance must be next.
Oh, yeah.
Can't wait.
Finally.
It's been a long time coming.
Yeah. 4 books.
Oh, yeah. Thank y'all for listening. Bye-bye.
Bye.